Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bromley's Cove Tarot. This is a timeless collective reading on what is coming forward. I say it's a timeless collective reading, but really I wanted to do an energy check for what's happening in the month of September for the collective consciousness. So if you're watching this and it's not September, it's absolutely fine. If there are messages in here and they resonate for you, then they're for you, okay? But if I say he, she, masculine or feminine, male or female, we all hold these energies, so you have to take what resonates, leave the rest, swap the gender roles if you want to. If you are a new face, welcome in, it's really nice to see you, and if you're an old face, welcome back. I'm glad that you are returning. Love you, my OG subscribers. I've got the song by Dua Lipa in my head, New Rules. 1, don't pick up the phone, you know he's on your calling because he's drunk and alone. 2, don't let him in, you'll have to kick him out again. 3, na, 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 na. You're only gonna wake up in his bed in the morning, and if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I count no rules, I got him. I can't remember the words. I don't know. There is major healing happening for someone over September, is what I'm getting. Major healing. We've got the 3 of Swords coming out. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. And we also have the King of Pentacles. If you have issues with like finances, or this isn't just your relationship with money. This is someone's relationship with money, abundance, wealth, relationships, how either being financially codependent on someone else, or someone else being financially codependent on you, and you feeling like you have to be the breadwinner or spend all your money or spend everything that you have, energy, you know, time, money, whatever, on another person, or they're being at something out of balance with that, because I've still got the song going through my head. And when you watch the video for that song, it starts off with her, like with all her friends, you know, she's more or less talking about the fact that she's in this toxic relationship, and they're telling her, you need to have a better standards, you know, do not pick the phone up, don't open the door, don't sleep with this person, don't share your energy. And then at the end, you see her giving advice to someone else about the same thing. So this is almost like your guides are coming through in September to give you like fresh perspective on certain things that either you have released or you're about to release in regards to either money wounds or how you relate love to abundance. Whether you overextended yourself in some area of your I was gonna say area of your life, but in relation to love and how you receive love, and then how that connects to money, you're letting go of something. Yeah, because look, you've got the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands for me is, it has more than one meaning. Like the 4 of Wands can be your family home, because it's, for me, it's the 4th house, okay, which is ruled by Cancer, and underneath you've got the Magician, and the Magician is about resources, okay? So this could literally be family biases and codes, and almost like that negative self-talk that we don't realize that we picked up from our parents, their parents, you know, and our parents don't realize they picked up from their parents. It's almost like generational trauma or generational karmic debt of some sort that's been passed down, and it's to do with finances and family, finances and relationship, and how we feel stable. This is something that's going to be healed or released during September. With the Knight of Pentacles being here as well, I heard a slow burn. So I don't know if part of you healing this is actually going to bring in gifts or abundance or free tickets, free drinks, free meals, just something's coming in for you. And I heard the art of love and war. I don't know if someone is reading this book. I don't know why that came in, but there's something here with whatever comes in for you. If it's someone going, I'll buy your ticket, or I'll buy this for you, I'll get that coffee for you, you're being told to accept it openly and just be like, thank you. Not, oh, are you sure? And just take it, thank you. Because it's the sign that things are changing for you when it comes to abundance. And it's almost like the universe is going to give you these small things to go, you are worthy of this, but we're kind of testing you and how you react to it. Because the 4 of Wands is also about stability. It is about your root chakra, okay? So I don't know if somebody has some sort of, it's not money wound, it's an abundance wound that is rooted in their base chakra from childhood. This is something that's going to be let go of, because the magician, yeah, it can be about baneful magic and this person doing juju and all the rest of it, but the magician is someone that has every single thing that they need in present time to create whatever it is that they need, because they're the magician. Okay, this is about alchemy. All right, when it is this way, it's almost like sitting in that lack mentality, or sitting in the shadow and going, I don't have, lack, Five of Pentacles kind of energy. But with the Three of Swords to the Magician in reverse, this is healing some sort of lack mentality wound, or alchemizing something that was very, very painful, that maybe there have been experiences in the past that have built upon this illusion, or this this dream, more or less, that we've placed in front of ourselves about things being limited, or I can't have that, or I can't do this because this happened before and my parents didn't have that and their parents didn't have that. It has to be a struggle. This is being released. This is being released. And that's just confirmation, because you have the Eight of Cups in reverse to the Nine of Swords. There's going to be a lot of I keep hearing peace, but it's more than that. It's almost like as this lifts and as you see this build in abundance, and this is not just wealth as in money, this is like prosperity. It's the way that people connect with you, you know, more people smiling at you, or opening doors for you, or, you know, giving you their seat. It's little things. You're going to start seeing these changes throughout September. Okay, and it's going to be something that stays, and it's, what's the word? Contentment. There's going to be this air of contentment through September, and I keep hearing a slow burn. So it's something that's going to slowly creep up on you. Now, there may be, while this is happening, there may be there's some sort of communication that's coming in, okay? But with the Death card in reverse, this is a cycle that you want ended, you want finished, you want gone, but someone's trying to hold you in it, and you're kind of being told to stay in that energy of Eight of Cups in reverse to the Nine of Swords in reverse, to stay quite zen. And also, this is almost like advice with any kind of chaotic energy that does try to kind of penetrate that bubble that you have around you, of kind of like walking along like it's a good day today, I see the birds in the trees and the sun is shining. If someone is there is this outside energy of someone trying to burst your bubble and bring in a stressor. Ace of Wands. Yeah, someone's taking actionable steps to try and burst that bubble, and you're really being told to stay in your center. Okay, gratitude lists right now, whether you are doing you do prayer or affirmations, or I'm so happy, thank you so much universe for all that I have. You're being asked to continue doing that, and if you're not, to start doing that daily. You don't have to have a really long list. It could literally be 3 things that you're grateful for, but that you are saying them with sincerity and with a genuine open heart. You need to continue doing those, because you definitely do have somebody that doesn't like the fact that you are finding stability in where you are in life, especially over September. Okay, things are slowly building on the up and up for you when it comes to abundance, when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to promotions, when it comes to connections in love, in friendship, in work. They're slowly building, because I'm feeling myself, and so you should. Okay, but you do have this energy of like, I'm surprised that the Seven of Wands hasn't come out. There is somebody here. This is what I mean by that Death card in reverse. There is somebody from your past. It could be from your recent past or from a faraway past, but there's somebody here who's trying to pull you back. And it's that energy of when we're moving into new phases and we're shedding that skin like a snake, and as we're getting the last bit off, you know, there's always the last bit as the snake is coming off that is kind of stuck on a little bit and needs to either be moistened or gently pulled off so it doesn't hurt the snake as it's coming off. There's someone here who doesn't want to let go. They're in the death throes. They do not want to let go of the fact that you are elevating, that you are making space for all of these beautiful niceties coming in for you. And there's gossip going on is what I'm getting. Because I heard you're making waves. You're making waves. For someone here, there is definitely a specific relationship that embedded this wound that you have with abundance, or not feeling worthy of abundance in whatever aspect of your life that may be. You've got the Three of Wands here as well. And this is what has been holding you back, I heard, for a lifetime, when it comes to that big dream that you've had, that big, and because I keep hearing it's just a pipe dream, it's just a pipe dream. That manifestation you had, whether it is to get married and have children, whether it's to be, you know, a financial high flyer where you travel everywhere and, you know, you've got houses in many places, whether it was that you wanted to start your own charity or be a ballet dancer or an astronaut, whatever it was, whatever your dream is, this is what's been holding it. There's been a specific relationship, be that the relationship your parents had, be that relationship you had with siblings, be that a relationship you had romantic or friendship wise, but there is a wound that was created some point that has kind of tarred or distorted and brought in an incongruence to how you perceive abundance. And this is what in September you're being asked to start to look at, because removing that is going to bring in some really beautiful things for you. But there's definitely somebody, more than one person, who is gossiping about where you are. And I heard steady, the steadiness of how you are moving, because the three of Wands is like being stuck. Three of Wands is about expansion. It's about working on something. It's almost like jumping on those stepping stones to get from one place to another, but each one of those stepping stones is a milestone. And each one of those milestones shows all those mini achievements that you've made and that you've surpassed. And with it being upside down, there is somebody in the background who is almost like wanting you to fall off of that stepping stone. They're wanting you to fall down, and they want you to be in your emotions. They're wanting you to fail in some way, and they may have put some sort, I heard opposition. They may have put some sort of obstacles in your way. But what's kept you where you are, or kept you on your true north, is how you've watered yourself, how you've watered your own plants, how you've watered your own garden. Because the Seven of Pentacles is about looking back at how far you've come, at how many mountains you've had to climb over to get where you are, to be who you are right now. And even if, you know, you're not really liking where you are at the moment, look back to a year before. You've grown as a person. You're not the same person you were. And look at who you were 5 years ago. You are not the same person you were then. You have grown. And even if you are going through an uncomfortable time right now, everything's temporary. And in a year's time, you're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I released that and I got all of this. And there's somebody, and I heard childhood, there's somebody either from your childhood or someone that you trigger a childhood wound in this person or in these people, because your growth triggers them. Your growth triggers them, and you are being asked this September to ensure that you are staying in quite a chilled mode, a chilled mood, that zen, because there are going to be energies that try to press your buttons. Okay, I heard you need to stay in your growth mindset, because you have the Princess of Swords here. Okay, there's something here about learning from past mistakes when it comes to romance and relationships. This will be for someone about abundance. Okay, somebody needs to be learning, or someone is learning. There's a pattern here, and you've got to remember that, especially with the Emperor in reverse, the common denominator in every relationship we have is us. So, you know, when things go wrong in a relationship, it's easy for us to blame others and be like, they did it, they did this to me, and it all fell apart. But they're not having a relationship with a blow up doll. They're not having a relationship with themselves. They're having a relationship with another person. Okay, we co-create every experience we have, the good, bad, and the ugly. So yes, they did do certain things, but you also allowed that. Everyone has a choice. We choose what energy we pour into, and someone here is pushing resistance against either looking at that, or they've put some sort of block up, and you're really being asked this September to just let go and let God. Whether or not you believe in God, that's just the saying that I'm using right now because it seems quite fitting, is surrendering, and looking at some of the more intense shadow aspects that we hold. Okay, now with the Emperor coming out, this could be in your first house. Okay, it could be looking at if you have ever put a mask on to play a role in a relationship, if you allowed your identity to kind of fade away so that you could support the other person, or if you felt like you were the chaser in the relationship, or if somebody else was smothering you. There's something about looking into that wound. Yeah, studying that is important. And you've got the Hanged Woman for the Wheel of Fortune, because that's actually what's holding back abundance for you. I heard October is going to be completely different. Oi. October's going to be completely different. So you've got the King of Cups in there, and I don't want to go too far into that, but this September is about pouring into yourself, looking with a compassionate gaze, with a really compassionate gaze at what steps you took to actually build a strong foundation when it comes to how you view finance, how you view abundance, wealth, prosperity, and what things within the family home may have hindered this growing up. Or if you have your own family, is there anything there that kind of like triggers you when you think of, for example, your bills, or having to, you know, pay for your insurance, or, you know, your vet bills, whatever it might be. You're being asked to look at this and to gently look back at how far you've come, and know that, you know, if you feel at the moment like you are quite constricted financially, this is why you're being asked to look at gratitude lists. And it's nothing to do with, oh, there are other people that are worse off than you and blah, 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 because that's really dismissive. There's always people that are worse off than us, but we're not them, you know. The vibration that we put out is the vibration that we reap back in. So if somebody's in high stress, I'm hearing, and I don't know if this is somebody gossiping or if this is you, people are watching you. There's a lot of people watching you. I don't know if your job is quite high pressured or you have a lot of people looking to you. And I heard relax, take a load off. And you've got the Five of Pentacles here. And then you've got the Princess of Pentacles. Someone wishes to offer you something. And I don't know if somebody offering you some abundance is actually going to trigger you, or it's going to trigger this emotional wound, because you've got Temperance in reverse, and then you have got Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is control, and you've got to remember that the things that we fearing anything is a form of control. You're being asked to be quite, especially with like the Knight of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Cups is someone who rushes in and wants to sweep you off your feet, but it's a very as much as it's a very gentle energy, it's very masculine energy. You are being asked to be quite assertive with yourself when you are looking at what your trigger is. Okay, pour a lot of love into it, but be quite firm with yourself in looking at why you get triggered by certain things, because it's giving me very much it's giving me the very much like when you have a load of like Spanish friends or Catalan friends, and I'm saying that because my mum is Catalan, or Italian friends, and you go out for a meal and like it comes to paying the bill and everyone gets offended if they're not allowed to pay the bill. Like, I'm paying the bill. No, I'm paying the bill. How dare you? I'm paying the, no, I've got it. I'm paying the bill. And it's giving me that energy of, if somebody offers you something, you're like, no, 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 it's fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. And that is, that's part kind of like having to be overly efficient or overly, I'll do it myself. And there's a wound there where maybe you felt that you had to be like hyper efficient and do it yourself because other people wouldn't. And if you are offered something, okay, if somebody offers you or gives you a gift, or if somebody goes, I'll pay for that, I want you, this is a message coming through, I want you, because I heard Spirit says, almost like Simon says, touch your head. You're being told to quieten that voice in your head that gets triggered or emotionally feels like they have to guard, and just accept that gift, whatever it is, okay? And I'm not saying that you can't verbally be like, are you sure, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, you're being told, accept whatever that is. It could be that you go out with friends and they're like, we're paying. Put away your card, your money's not, it's not needed here. You're being told to just take that, because that is like the first step in you accepting that other people can support you, that other people can shower you with gifts, that other people, that you can receive, you are allowed to receive, you're safe to receive. And then when you go home, or when you're in privacy, or when you have time to yourself, you can then look into that and be like, that actually triggered me. Why is it that I feel that I have to push against that, you know, abundance? Why do I have to push against people gifting me? And then you can start looking into that, because this is what September is about. It's really about looking at why you feel like you have to control certain things. Because Temperance in reverse, that's feeling imbalanced somewhere. And with Five of Pentacles to the Princess of Pentacles, this is all to do with hiding from lack mentality. Because it's almost like, you know, when people are like, when you think of like toxic positivity in spirituality, and they're like, you have to be happy all the time and don't think about the darkness, and you always have to be happy, high vibe. That's kind of like hiding why we have our shadow, and it actually just makes our shadow grow even more. And there's something here with constantly going, I can do this by myself, and ignoring why you felt like you had to in the first place. All right. So this is what you're being asked to delve into. I don't know, I've been asked to look over here and look what's underneath. Taurus. So maybe have a look at what's in your second house, because that's to do with income, it's to do with finance, it's to do with abundance, okay? And I really want to put this one here. I heard growing up we didn't have much. So that could be a sensitive or a raw emotional kind of trigger for someone that you're being asked to look at gently, like gently pass your gaze that way. I'm not saying that you have to stare straight into the abyss and, you know, never take your head out, but slowly through the days of September, you are being asked to look at that. Now, you've also got in here the position of Mars in your chart can show how you express your anger and what gets you all fired up. So yeah, this is a double energy here, okay? So someone here definitely gets their back up when somebody tries to offer them abundance, and that is what you're being asked to look at. Why do you get angry? Why do you feel like you have to kind of cover yourself up? And I'm going here for the heart space. So this is heart wounds. But there's definitely, with this gossipy energy in the background, there's somebody angry that you are being gifted these things because they feel like they should be getting them, okay? You've got Leo here. This is someone who might be outwardly or openly communicative about this. I heard this could be a family member. There may be a family member, estranged or not, who may be in their feels. They may not be, not all of our family members are going to be spiritually aware or awake. And if you do have a family member, especially one who isn't spiritually awakened, who's in their feels in September, or who gets triggered by some sort of abundance that you're given, I think this is the reason why you're getting this energy of staying quite zen or staying quite balanced when it comes to this abundance. Because with Leo coming out and then having Mars, you may have someone, be that a sibling, a parent, a cousin, who's feeling a little bit like, what about me? why am I getting that? Or they may have an argument with you, or try to, or project some sort of stress about finances onto you, and you're being told not to be tight-lipped and not say anything, but to set a very calm and healthy boundary with them. And if they're projecting how they're feeling, see it for what it is. And I heard show some compassion. Now, what else? Sagittarius. Yeah, this person, the Sagittarius is kind of like my spiritual house. You know, it's the house of philosophy. It's the house of like forward thinking and thinking outside of the box. But I know that spirituality is also put into the 12th house. But for me, for some reason, Sagittarius is always to do with like the mind and, you know, how we connect to divinity. So you may have a family member who doesn't really understand your connection to the divine, or maybe they don't have a connection that way. Okay, so they're not understanding that things happen for us, not to us. So this also, I don't know if this is like, especially the Four of Wands coming out, and that is like connected to the 4th house in Cancer, which is all of the divine feminine energies in the family, and that's sister, mother, auntie, grandmother. If you have a wound that was created by someone in the family and how they viewed money, and maybe they still have that trauma, or they still have that wound that they don't realize they're still connecting with. And there's something here with either you being given some sort of abundance or some sort of financial something that's going to trigger a wound within them. It's going to trigger that wound. And because they have that wound and you have that wound, at some point they're going to comment, or they're going to say something, excuse me, very burpy, about it. Okay, and look, I say that, and underneath you've got Gemini, and then you've got Sagittarius again. Okay, so there is, and then you've got Capricorn underneath. I don't know if you're going to have some sort of promotion, someone's getting a donation or a gift of some sort, and it's got a high monetary value, or it is abundant in some way, and this may trigger your mother, your auntie, your sister, your female cousin, something along those lines, and they're going to say something that is a little bit ambivalent. And I heard pay them no mind, because they're literally talking from their wound and they don't actually mean it, but it's almost like it's such a deep-seated, rooted wound that they don't realise that they're saying things like that. It doesn't mean that you condone it or let them, but it's the way that you respond to them, because you've got Gemini coming out, and it says Gemini star signs are versatile, chatty, creative and perceptive. They are known as the skilled communicators of the zodiac. Okay, and this is going down over the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I don't know if there's somebody talking about your finances, your abundance, what you have, and why you have either so much or so little, and how has that changed, and what's going on here. And you've got Scorpio and then Aquarius. So yeah, there's definitely a chat about your finances or your glow up, because you've got Jupiter coming out as well. Jupiter is known as the planet of luck and abundance. Where it is placed in your birth chart will uncover how you experience fortune, wealth and success. Then you have Aquarius, which is to do with the wider community, your circle of friends. And then you have Scorpio, and Scorpios are very deep thinkers, very deep feelers. But it's also, the 8th house is to do with the occult, mysticism, the unknown. It can also be to do with, you know, what's done in the dark and things like that. So you could have a family member who is kind of thinking a little bit ill of you because you are doing so well, or you will be doing so well. You've got to remember that we are having also a super moon. It's a super blue moon, isn't it, in Pisces? And I know Pisces is the 12th house. Okay, Pisces is very dreamy. I don't know if this September, as we go on from that blue moon, there's going to be a heightened, especially with the Princess of Swords coming out, and especially with the Emperor in reverse. The Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, when you look where it's shining on her head. It's over her crown, okay? There's going to be some sort of heightened downloads for someone. or your, what is it called, that your ESPN or your psychic seeing and knowing is going to become really, really accurate in who it is who is holding ill will towards you or who has been gossiping behind your back. And again, I'm hearing pay it no mind, especially with the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Swords in reverse. You're being told to focus on yourself, focus on clearing that abundance wound that you have. And if you don't have it, you don't have it. You don't need to type in the comment section, I don't have an abundance wound, but everyone does to a certain extent. So stating that you don't just highlights that that's what you need to be focusing on. But this is going to heighten. You may be aware of who that cousin is that's been talking about your money or finances, or who, you know, what exact wound your mum or dad have when it comes to finances. It's going to become very clear for you. This is something that's going to become very, very heightened. There's also, I don't know if someone's going to get on the dating scene in September. Someone's going to be looking in online dating. There's definitely someone who's going to be going into online dating, but I'm hearing you may kiss a lot of frogs before you find the prince. Just be aware of this, because especially with the lovers, the Princess of Swords, which is studying, starting to learn and figure out about each other. You've also got the Knight of Cups down here, you've got the Star card. So this is very much getting out there, connecting. That will be for a specific amount of people, but you have the Emperor in reverse, okay? So it's kind of a good thing that your intuition and your discernment is going to become more heightened, because if you do decide to go onto the dating scene, like I said, you're going to have to kiss, you may be kissing quite a few frogs, I heard gross frogs or dirty frogs, before you find your prince, okay? That won't be for everyone, remember, and you've got Three of Wands here. So yeah, it's getting back out there, but you've got the King of Wands here to the Fool. That will only be for specific people, because the Three of Wands is about expansion, but then you've got the King of Wands in reverse. This is a standstill, a stop still, and for someone it's celibacy. And then you have the Fool in reverse. For those who resonate with going back onto the dating scene or creating a profile on, you know, on one of those online dating websites, you're being told to kind of protect your sensual energy, protect that intimate energy, in that if you meet someone and they're pretty hot and you've got chemistry, you're being told not to share your sensual energy with them on the first, second or third date until you get to know that person, because there's going to be a lot of emperors in the reverse. There's going to be a lot of them, okay? And an emperor in the reverse, just like an emperor this way, is going to have very high sensual energy. But with them being in the reverse, you don't know who else they've been sharing that energy with. And I think this is letting you know that if you do decide to broach back out into the dating world, that this is a possibility. Now, please remember, and I have to say this as a legal disclaimer, I am not a therapist. I am not a doctor. I am not a lawyer. I am not a mental health nurse. I am not an accountant. None of those things. If anything comes up, and like, I'm not a dating guru either. If anything comes up in these readings that, you know, is channeled through the divine, you have to use your discernment, and you have to go and speak to people within those professional areas if that resonates with you. When I talk about legal things, or I talk about, for example, you know, dating and blah 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 blah, because I don't take any responsibility for you, as I wouldn't expect you to take any responsibility for me or adults, right? So let's have a look. Tell me more about September and what is coming forward, especially embodying the blue moon energy of Pisces. That went to jump straight out, okay? Now you've got healthy choices coming out in reverse, making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, and being happier, and that's upside down. And this really links to this Emperor in reverse. This really links to this Emperor in reverse for those of you that are going out. And it doesn't, the thing is as well, is that I don't feel that this is just online dating. I know we have the, you know, the Princess of Swords, and then we have the Star out here, But it doesn't have to be online dating. This literally could be going out and socializing more. It could be that you started a new job and there is a you know, an office party or someone's birthday, and they're like, do you want to come to the pub after work and have a couple of drinks? Or you maybe, you know, maybe you've joined a new group, online group, where you meet up and you practice certain skills together. There's definitely the energy of going out and connecting more with others, and you're being told to go out and have fun, but be aware that you do have admirers. There is somebody that may wish to come forward, or it's not just one person. It's almost like you're being noticed more. You're being seen as a dream. You're being seen as very dreamy, or as, I'm getting both hidden enemies from the 12th house in Pisces, but I'm also getting that you're feeling yourself more, or people are going to be looking at you in a certain way. They're going to be looking at you with this Lovers card. This is to do with how, as you are releasing this old abundance, trauma, wound, connection, whatever it is for you, the more you're going to be standing in your power and in your heart space power. And it's going to be very alluring for many people. There are going to be a lot of people. I said that there's going to be a lot of people watching you. There already are people watching you and watching your glow up and talking about this, some in a positive light and some in not a so positive light. But so what, it is what it is. And it's giving me that again. It's giving me again Megan the Stallion, her. It's kind of like, so what? So what? So what? You can look at me and not like what you see. Why should I give an ish? You know? How are you important to me? It's that energy, and that's the energy you're being asked to kind of embody. But with this Emperor, with making healthy choices in love and life, there are going to be those that come forward, though, that are only looking at you as a meat sack, okay? As a very attractive meat sack, and you want to be careful, okay? And I think that's the reason why I was getting the energy of you may have to kiss a lot of frogs before you find the prince, but you don't have to. You literally don't have to kiss any frogs whatsoever. Yeah, and you've got self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. It's upside down. There is definitely someone here who hasn't done the work. I heard they want you to do the work that may be coming forward. Look, and you've got date in reverse. Meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan and set a date. So you definitely have this energy of the Emperor in reverse watching you or talking about you. This person wants to bring in some sort of offer towards you, but it's not a balanced one because they're seeing you. I don't know why I've got the energy of opulence. Like you are, how can I explain it in September? As you are kind of rooting down more into who you are, what it is that you want. And I don't mean, it's not so much what you want to do as a job or what you want to do as, you know, as a hobby. It's kind of like just getting to know who you are and what you like. The more you're doing that, the more you are seen as actually glowing. And what I saw was, you know, in Twilight, like, yeah, I've seen Twilight. They're awful. They're like my guilty pleasures. But you know, in Twilight, when Edward Cullen shows, what's her name, shows her what he looks like in the sunlight or in the moonlight or in whatever, and his skin is literally diamonds and he's just glowing and shining and all the rest of it. That is how you are being seen in September going into October by other people. People are looking at you like you are made from fairy dust, okay? But the people at the moment that are coming forward, and not all of them, but you do have some people here who just want the eggplant emoji or the kitty cat emoji, okay? Because you have got on here many options: decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. And then right underneath it, you've got seduction. I'm sorry my cards are so ripped up. They got wet on one side, dried, and I peeled them and they all came off. I have to get some more. And it says attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, and third-party interference. So you do have, in September, a lot of people who are rubbing their thighs and looking at you in a very seductive way, okay? I don't know why that reminded me of Shooting Stars, which is a British show. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, that was the best show I ever watched, with the Uvavu, Irano. I'm getting someone's sense of humour coming through. I don't know if this is, whoever it is who has this Megan the Stallion, she, her kind of energy coming through, has a really fun sense of humour as well. You're going to be having a lot of fun, I feel like, near the end of September. Anything else? Oh, there we go. Now it came up upside down and it says, frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues and jealousy. But it's upside down. This is what I mean by releasing whatever this is, because it's going to bring in, I keep hearing opulence. Why do I keep hearing opulence? But lack of confidence. You're going to be building confidence and removing that voice in your head that kind of limits how you accept gifts, how you accept help, how you accept support, be that financial support, you know, loving support in business, whatever that is for you, that, and how you view abundance. And this fear and ego issues, someone's having an ego death. Someone is having an ego death. And for someone specific, especially that jealousy being there, it's letting go of of comparing yourself to others. Whether that is like a sibling rivalry, and there's one sibling that like has a house and has children and a car and this job and this business, and the other sibling is, you know, still renting and is in debt and stuff like that. And they're kind of, but both of them are comparing, like, oh, this one over here is going, but this one's free, she's single, she can go out whenever she wants, or he can go out whenever he wants. And this one over here is going, yeah, but that one's got their own home, they've got everything that I want. And there's something here with that kind of energy. It doesn't have to be siblings, but that kind of energy of not comparing yourself to others and trusting your own journey. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Okay, so I don't know who's reaching out in September. Okay, but with this being like the energy of Pisces in this blue moon, this can literally be closure that somebody needs. It could be a hidden enemy, especially as you've got gossiping up here. But you are going to know, because as you are trusting your path and as you are working on this abundance wound, you're opening up space for yourself to elevate, and for your third eye and for your crown chakra to upgrade. So you are going to be reading who is talking BS and who's being genuine, and who it is that's talking in the background. That's what we want, right? And then you've got coffee cup upside down, meeting and conversing, savouring the moment, feeling uplifted in friendship. So yeah, you're going to know who it is that you want to meet up and share energy with, be that in a sensual or friendship way, and who you don't want to. Okay. Right, anything else before I go? Let me have a look over here. Why did I want to get this one out at the bottom? Let me see. I had stuck in frustration. Who is frustrated right now? Let me see. From death comes rebirth, and then time for spirit. Yeah, because at the moment, somebody is holding themselves back from actually cycling out and finishing this cycle, this karmic cycle, okay? Or someone else is trying to do that for you. But with that time for spirit, this is very much to do, this is heart-based healing. And I heard someone needs to slow down. So this September is really about tapping into yourself. If you don't meditate, then you're being asked to. And meditation can be seen in many different ways. It can be, you know, cycling, or going for that walk in the morning, going to the gym and doing boxing, swimming. It can literally be sitting down quietly and sitting there with your hands in mudras, doing meditation that way. Whatever way you see meditation, you're being asked to do, because you're going to be shown truths, especially with that 7 at the top. You're going to be shown truths about yourself when it comes to how you connect to finances, how you connect to relationships, what abundance really is for you, and how to let go of certain things, and how to let go of other people's energies when they try to get in there and they try to create conflict. Anything else? I did not realise that it's been 45 minutes. Yeah, look, healing from heartache, and who it is who is trying to hold on. Who's trying to hold on? Endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. And that That is something else also. Whoever it is that's gossiping about you, there's something about this person being in regret. That person is in competition with you. They compare themselves. They compare themselves to you. Personal, powerful growth, and reconsider your alliances or make new connections is upside down. They don't want you to let go of them. They don't want you to know who they are or what it is they've been speaking on when it comes to your finances, or how they've been speaking on it. Because I feel like there's someone here who does speak ill intent. Whether or not they're doing, I was going to say whether or not they do this with ill intention or not, but you've got voodoo in blue, back off, upside down. This September, there is, as you heal whatever this abundance wound is for you, because you're healing this, whatever it is that they may be trying to send towards you isn't going to work anymore. It's literally not going to affect your Jupiter placement. Have a look at where your Jupiter placement is on your birth chart, because then you will know, depending on what house it's over, what zodiac sign is in there, you will know how you are affected when it comes to wealth, when it comes to fortune, when it comes to, you know, abundance, and how you view it. And also looking at that zodiac sign, looking at the shadow attributes, will show you how you kind of feed into the wound that you have. And looking at the light attributes will show you how you pull yourself out of that. But as you do that, whoever it is who is sending bad juju or who is gossiping about what you're up to, they're no longer going to have an effect. They won't have the effect, because the wound is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. But I'm going to leave it there because I did not realise how long that had been. I hope you guys, I hope this resonated, and I hope it brought some confirmation and clarity on things that you already intuitively knew. If you are new to my channel and this resonated for you, I'd love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell so you can see more of my lovely content. And if you are a returning subscriber, as always, hearts, kisses, love you guys. I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a really wonderful morning, afternoon, evening or night. I know that I was supposed to be doing my tombola today, but everything just got behind, delays, Mercury. I am a double Virgo, it's to be expected. I will be doing the live tombola tomorrow. I will be picking 3 lucky winners, and I will be spending the first 10 days of September doing live readings, because once you know what number's been picked, if it's your number, please contact me, okay? Because I don't have the emails for every single person who has bought a ticket. Please contact me within those first 10 days. If you do not contact me within those first 10 days, you will void your actual winnings, all right? Because after that, my work basis is changing, like at home, like the work that I'm doing and things like that. So I won't be able to accommodate after that. So please get in contact with me once you know if you've got that number. I'm now waffling because I'm tired. Love you guys. I'll see you later. Okay, have a really good blue moon. Bye bye.